When I was 16, I got pregnant, and I remember how that made my mother feel. She sat down with me and she begged me to have an abortion. She was crying. She was talking about how difficult it will be to raise a child when I'm that young. And I was thinking to myself, I always wanted to be a mother. Like, I was happy I was pregnant. I wanted to be a mom so bad. And here she was telling me that it was going to be difficult. I was thinking to myself, like, nah, I don't see that being difficult for me. Because I see myself putting forth the energy to be the best mother I can, going out there, getting my education and doing what I need to do. She just cried and begged me to have an abortion. And now that I am raising my son alone, and I've had a 21-year-old daughter, I never would have asked her to get an abortion. As I was raising my daughter, what I learned from my mother is to teach my daughter how to have a level of self-love. Because the reason why I wanted a child to begin with is because I felt like nobody around me loved me. Not my mother, not my father, not any of my family members, not any of my friends. I didn't receive a lot of love from the people around me. So I felt like if I had a child, my child would love me. So what I did with my daughter, I made sure she understand that she was always loved by me and her father. And to this day, my daughter's like still a virgin, right? She's 22 this week. She's still a virgin. She's only had one boyfriend. And I know plenty of girls that she used to be friends with who would come to me and talk to me about their relationships with boys they had, and they were sleeping around so much. They would do like dick appointments. In high school, they was talking about dick appointments. It was girls having sex with boys in the bathrooms at the high school that they went to. And I always was like, is my daughter doing this shit with y'all? Like, what the fuck? And they would always say like she was the virgin of the group. And I think the reason why she was like that is because she always had me and her father there to be all up and through her business. I was all up and through her business. I was everywhere all the time. Like, she could not escape me. I was right around the corner, like, I had one eye on her everywhere she went. And I didn't grow up like that. Like, nobody cared about where I was going, what I was doing. I could leave and be out all night, and half the time they wouldn't even know I was gone, or half the time they didn't even care whether I was gone or see if I was gone or not. They really just did not give a shit about me, right? Unless they thought I was sleeping with a guy. Like, they thought I was so promiscuous and I was sleeping around and all this stuff, when really I was just hanging out with a lot of guys because I was so tomboyish. I loved being around dudes because they was easier to deal with. But for the most part, I was just trying to get out of the household that I was in. Couldn't stand any of the people that I was in close proximity to, and it had nothing to do with the fact that I was just like this weird teenager. It was that I didn't feel like I was loved or supported or respected or cared for by these people. Anytime someone showed me some attention was when they felt like I was doing something wrong. So if I had like a graduation, or if I had like an assembly or a award show or something like that, they never showed up. Never there for me. So I made sure that my daughter doesn't experience that. Also, what I learned is that the reason why my mother wanted me to have an abortion wasn't because she felt like it would be hard for me. She wanted me to have an abortion because she wished she would have had an abortion instead of having me. And when I realized that as an adult, as I scanned over the kind of relationship that her and I had my entire life, I realized that she felt like she made a mistake having me. She never really had to take care of me alone because she always had her brothers and sisters out there helping her take care of me. But at the same time, they kind of didn't. All they did was provide a roof over my head and give me some food. But a lot of times I was sleeping on the floor. A lot of times I didn't. It's child. Anyway, they might have a different perspective of what happened. When my son was born, me and my mother got a little bit closer. You know, she started trying to help me with my son and build a better relationship with me. I do feel like she wasn't ready to have me. She had me when she was like 18. She has a way better relationship with my little sister. My little sister is 26. I was never jealous of that. I think sometimes they might think I was, but nah, I just wanted to be left alone, really. Like, by the time I got an adult, I just wanted to be done with my family altogether. I was trying to do everything I could financially to make sure that I never lived with them. I tried to stay away for as much as I could. But ladies, yeah, I know some women out there that can relate. But yeah, if your mother like pressed you to have, if you got pregnant when you was a teenager, because I know it got to be some other girls out there that got pregnant as a teenager, and if your mom asked you to get an abortion, you know what I'm talking about. A friend of mine got pregnant when she was a little bit older than me, and I told her I wouldn't be her friend anymore if she ain't get an abortion. I'm glad she ain't listen to me. I'm glad she ain't listen to me. Child, because I was only saying to her what my mother had taught me. Yeah, like, I'm glad she didn't listen. She went ahead and had her baby, and she, like, I wish I would have had my baby at 16. I wish I did, because I needed that. I would have probably been a better person than I am now. Like, not to say that I'm a bad person, but I probably would have ended up being dope. You feel me? Welcome to my side of the internet. My name is Soncerae Monique. I'm a certified life coach for both men and women. I have a 50-50 audience, so I try to play fair with both genders. I'm going to keep it real with both of y'all. Everybody can improve because everybody is a part of the problem. I want everyone to unify and produce loving unions. Hopefully you do too. There is no gender war here. I promote positive perspectives and healthy debates, so be careful what you post inside of my comment section. It is very much okay to disagree, but have emotional intelligence and release toxicity elsewhere, ladies and gents. Don't take it out on each other. Make sure you follow me on all of my socials. Go to SonceraeMonique.com to purchase any of my books or to sign up on any of my membership sites. Thank you for spending time with me. Have vision and stay focused. Namaste.